Hello everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and we are back with episode 11 of I Married the Girl That I Hate the Most in My Class. So, in terms of the episode, it's very faithful to the manga episode, chapter 33. It's We end off of a little bit of the beginning of chapter 33, and this is kind of like the rest of it, though there is a couple. In the 33, there is some expanded scenes in this episode, and there's kind of a good reason why they're just doing 33. Without There's good reasons why it's just 33, but also because chapter 33 is a two-parter, so it kind of makes sense. And they also had a little bit of reordering scenes, which we'll discuss in just a minute. But in terms of the episode, I guess I didn't super like this episode, but it's not because of the quality or anything. There's some other things to deal with it, mainly the content of it, which we'll discuss. So, in terms of reordering, end of episode 10, Kane is talking to Himari about their day and everything, and when we begin the episode for this, in the manga has the next scene is these two's conversation, where in the anime, it's them exchanging phone numbers, which kind of whatever, it's fine. It makes it for a good opener to the episode. In terms of in reason it expanded, they text a little bit longer, so it's a lot more. They text a little bit longer. There's a little bit more chibi moments with it. Chibi comedies, which has been throughout the series. It's a nice exchange. It felt like it went on a little too long, but whatever. Anyway, following that scene, we have their conversation. Maho just comes to barge in, being her normal evil self, horny self, whatever you might be. And this is the content which they discuss is a trope that I don't particularly like, and it's an extension of another trope. My least favorite trope, I guess, in an anime and manga's perspective, even subsequently comes video games, but it's more so in anime where it's done wrong, is the childhood friend trope. The childhood friend trope is they give you a character, they give you the waifu, the main girl is the childhood friend, and you're supposed to want to, support them. They're like supposedly the main love interest, or presented as a main love interest. My problem with the trope is it's not done well. They never really make you like that character. And I feel like and the one area that I felt like it was never needed was in Food Wars. Like, they have a childhood friend, and it's like, why was this character here? Like, it adds nothing. They're like in the first episode, and they come back later. It just kind of felt like it adds nothing to the series. It's just for comedy bits, or if they're meant to be the main love interest, they suck at it. The times that I feel like it's done well is such in like Final Fantasy VII and Dragon Quest VIII. I feel like they had a good execution of that childhood friend. Now, the extension of this, and it's more so... Oh, actually, another example of where it's actually bad, I'll go into, is Goddess of the Maid Cafe. The green-haired girl who knew the grandma. I do not like her as a character. I don't really remember her name. I just know... I just know the blonde, who's Akane, and the blue-haired girl. I don't exactly remember her name. I think I could remember here and there, but... I just don't like the green-haired girl, and I just feel like she just tries too hard. Now, continuing on, what the extension is I remember this kid from my when I was very younger. It happens in Quintessential Quintuplets. They choose, and the girl who won there was essentially the orange hair girl. The girls that really should have potentially had a lot more at stake were not chosen. They chose her. And in this case, he remembers a girl from the party. Now, Mao teased it in earlier this year. Like, hey, I was the one who you spoke to at night, because she's got the kind of sweet voice, which was what he remembers. But she tells him, like, no, it's not me. But because she's at this party and she knows about it, he wants to know who this girl is. because at the time she had this very sweet and elegant voice, and it's like he tells Mono like I want to know who she is, like I just don't want to find her, and he does kind of think he thought it might possibly be Akane, but he's like, no way a dragon-like girl like her would do it. Like, she's just super fire-ish. Though at the end of the episode, they have this moment where it potentially be, spoiler, it is actually her, and she does actually care. But we're gonna find out in the next episode. But I just wanted to let you know, yeah, that is her. Anyway, we had this conversation. One aspect that was a bit weird, and it never gets, maybe it will get followed up on later, is that Shisei and Maho go on just a girls' date, basically, like, kind of just want to hang out. It felt like it was just used for the transition of a scene, not necessarily to, like, any purpose. But maybe we'll find out a little bit later about that, because the big thing for this episode is Saito is going to a party, and Akane is going to have to be left alone, and it's kind of them being separated. There is a bit extended where how he learns about the party is that Grandpa calls. He wants to ignore him at first, but then he appears right on the television screens, like, and he's asked, like, "Are you spying?" I was like, "No." But he asked him, like, "Hey, I want you to come to my 7th birthday party, and also meet the aunt that has been driving off. He's been helping the company. He's been a really big support, like the VP of the company, you could say." And he does ask Akane. She's like being her normal annoying self, which is getting grating. I admit I love this series, but it's due time for a bit of a break with said. We need a break from her, and it's really a shame because it's not the voice actress who's annoying. It's her direction. Like, she's been given the direction to be this annoying. And there are times where throughout the series, there are times where she has, like, that very concerned, like, meanish voice, but it wasn't overkill. I feel like the voice director could do a little bit better. I don't know. It's her character's just getting really grating, and it's time we take a break from that, which we need. Anyway. So they go off in their separate ways. There's a little bit of comedy aspect when Saito arrives. And while Saito is gone at the party, Akane is going to be hanging out with Himari. They have a great moment, which we'll get into. But at the party, we get some interesting bits, things that are a little bit sad. The auntie, I guess we could say like great aunt or like. Because I think it's a cousin. It's a cousin. It's a cousin. The cousin, they're having a conversation, and the cousin, she thinks that Shisei and her would marry together. Shisei gets blushy. He's like, "Oh, I kind of wish that would happen," but Saito's like, "No, that's not the case." There is a little bit of joke about her eating cayenne peppers. Okay, it was definitely implied that she said dead of a crush, but I thought it was more joking. This one's like, okay, whatever. But one of the reasons that we learned second biggest reason, obviously that the grandpa and grandma want to live out their childhood dreams through their kids, but also the grandma has her and her family have political connections. They can influence politicians, everything, and that's why. Another reason why Saito and Akane are getting together. The fact that this kind of makes me angry because people who are going to do marriages for politicals, and it just seems wrong. And like, you don't really have the country's best interests at heart. And if you want to influence people like that, you got to make a name for yourself. I don't know. It just feels very forced. It doesn't feel like you really care about the people. Yes, it's understandable, but it doesn't feel like the best intentions are there. If you want to get into politics or whatever and like make influence and get those people, I think you have to be a force of nature to yourself, just rather than, I guess, climbing up the ladder. Here in Arizona, we've had that kind of a little bit in Arizona with John McCain a little bit from what I've heard. So yeah, just political stepping stones. It just feels a bit wrong. Anyway, While that's going on, we got, oh, my glass is dirty. Himari and Akane hang out. Himari thought that Akane would be angry at her because of these Saito and her dating and staying with too long. Like, no, no, no. Like, you've done so much for us in helping with the getting rid of the rumors that Akane and her are married and dating, whatever. It's like, okay, and they hang out. I mean, Akane likes Himari as a friend, even though she is jealous that Saito gets to hang out with her. She values as a friend. Though we're gonna have a little bit of twist at the end, we'll discuss that. But yeah, they're having a conversation. They're making cupcakes. They're having tea. It's a great moment. Now, anime original. We learned that Himari is texting Saito, that he got his number first, and just she's been pestering him with messages, kind of one-sided messages. And last night, she decides to send our friend Saito a spicy photo. She just got out of the bath. She's in the bathrobe, a little spicy. Now, the positive aspect of this photo is she's covered up. If she had sent him a nude photo, I think she would have been blocked by him, because she's thankful that she doesn't block her. But could you have the angle just a little bit better? Show some feet. Now, we do see some feet, of course, of Akane and Himari. But oddly enough, it's the Himari feet is from her outfit that we saw in the outro, so we finally get that. We finally get it. Mind you, we see the feet for a brief moment, but hey, it's nice. It was all right. I kind of actually wasn't happy that we saw Akane's feet, because I don't like her, but that's just me. Yeah, we got a little anime original. I suspect we'll see this online a little bit, but when Himari mentions that it's a one-sided street, and she's like, I got chased after my love and everything, Akane gets angry that he doesn't respond that Saito doesn't respond. You're like, man, what a jerk he is. It's like she's jealous, but she also cares about her friend. It's a bit of a fun moment. Anyway, following that, we get to there's a scene where Saito puts down Shisei, and the maid gives him crap for not wanting to sleep in the same room as them. Like, dude, you could have a harem. And it's like, you're an idiot. Oh, and she gives sarcasm, like, oh, you're such a virgin, you're such a noble man. And he's like, stop with the acting, you suck at it. And he doesn't like Shisei, but the thought of having a harem doesn't necessarily he's not necessarily angry about it. He's like, there's just not enough room. Like, not enough room to enjoy the bed. So that's what I was reading into it. He could go for a harem. It's like she said, it's a man's every dream. Which, yes, although if you think about it, reality, it's not necessarily. If you have a woman of equal footing, like a harem of Akane may not be the best solution. Let's just say that. A harem of, say, Himari might be a little bit better, you could say. Although, like I've discussed in the video, Himari is a bit mentally ill, so maybe you just want one of each. I don't know. Well, not say one of each, but maybe you want a Shisei and a Himari. Maho, no, you can't trust her. But following that incident, Connie is like, she's angry that he hasn't called her, like he doesn't miss her, and she's like, come home already. Come home already. I need to bicker at you. And they get there's some of their moments. There's an little bit extended scene where she spies in them on the shower. Expect Betsy gets the clothing. They have a very cute moment. And of course, the scene ends where, and even in the manga, where Kai gives her this very sweet, loving voice. Like, man, that sounds like the girl from the party. He's like, Tonsor. Now, in the manga, what they do is they color the scene, which is a nice touch. So the manga just adds a little bit extra to it. So you either have a nice voice acting or you get the colored pages. I feel like the colored pages is the better approach, because maybe you're sick of Akane's voice. So a nice change of pace. You'd rather have the picture than the voice. But that's the end of the episode. Now, what's going to be next? Well, in my opinion, it's going to end at end of volume 6. There's 2 more chapters. Chapter 34 is a 2-parter, but how 34 ends is like, you could make it into an ending, but I feel like if you do that, you're gonna have to take a little bit of extra from 35, because there is a point where you can have the scene of credits rolling and everybody's talking. You could have that a moment right there at the end of it would fit well with episode 12. However, I think we do need to have both chapters in there, because at the end of 34, we get the butting of the heads, unfortunately. We get the butting of the heads. A cat fight is about to begin. I won't spoil until it happens, but I do think that the episode 12 will be 34 and 35. Hopefully they make it a little bit longer, have it a little bit extended, because I would say the biggest problem with this episode series has been they need more room. Now, the issue, of course, is being they're on national television in Japan. They're on they're on cable, so you have to follow in certain guidelines. They also have the ads as well, so you have commercials. So I feel like that's the restriction. Whereas something like Netflix and Amazon Prime, everything, you can have those extended. You could have those extended scenes, or you could use up all the airtime for the episode. You could have the full 30 minutes, or in this you only get the 23 minutes, which sucks, because I do think if if the episodes were a little bit longer, I think it would get a little bit better received. Aside from the fact that Akane is annoying, but I've been enjoying this series. I definitely need a break, but I definitely want to see a season 2, and we'll see about me getting the manga and subsequently the light novel. This is a nice trash dumpster fire that I might be willing to invest in. It's nice. Anyway, I have rambled long enough. I've given a plenty good summary and getting some thoughts. A solid episode, just wasn't my cup of tea, just considering a couple of the subject matter, the childhood friend I met, the party aspect. But yeah, it was nice. There was some nice good moments, a lot of chibi moments. Himari and Akane reconciling. It's a nice semi-finale to pave into the finale, which is gonna be explosive. It's gonna be a 10 out of 10 episode, hopefully. Anyway, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys next time.